All right, y'all. Welcome back to Misty's Pleasures of Life and Good Southern Home Cooking. Today we are whipping up an amazing brownie recipe. This is totally from scratch. You're going to love it. It is easy to do, and more than likely, you already have all your ingredients you're going to need. So come on, y'all. Let's get started.
Gather round, let the good times roll. Home cooking magic, it feeds the soul. From pies to stews, every bite's a delight. At Misty's Pleasures, everything feels right.
All right, you guys and gals. So in our bowl right here, we are going to add a stick and a half of Land O'Lakes butter. Now you can use unsalted butter as well, but I have found with the butter, I can't, because I ended up buying some unsalted butter by Land O'Lakes, and I really can't tell the difference. I'm being honest with you. In unsalted butter and salted butter, I really can't. But we're going to take some Hershey's Special Dark chocolate chips, and we are going to do about a cup and 1/4, 1 cup and 1/4 cup of chocolate chips. Alrighty, we are going to microwave for 1 minute, and then we're going to take those back out and give it a good stir. And then we will repeat that process until it gets nice and smooth. All right, now in a separate bowl, we are going to crack some eggs. So you need 3 whole eggs and 2 egg yolks, which is what we're doing right here. And then I just moved that bowl off to the side so that I could make sure that I didn't get any egg white in when I was trying to get that egg yolk. And I'm just going to take that egg yolk and drop it right on in there with our other 3 whole eggs. The egg whites you will not need. You can either save them for like maybe making a meringue for something, or just whipping up some egg whites for breakfast. Be careful that you don't get any of the shell in there in your eggs. I always double check to make sure that I haven't. And I use the pasture-raised eggs for baking. Okay, now y'all, we're gonna move right on over to our KitchenAid, and we've dropped our eggs into our KitchenAid bowl, and my little dog is just investigating over here. He's just having a good old time. But we're gonna get ready to mix up these eggs by themselves to start. Okay, y'all, now we are going to add 2 capfuls of cake batter extract. Now, you can also do 2 capfuls of vanilla. If you have vanilla, you could do almond, You could do orange extract. Orange and chocolate is very good together. So that would be a great idea to use an orange extract. If you do go that route, let me know how it turns out and what you think of it. Now we're going to add 1 teaspoon of apple pie spice, and I just shake it in there because I eyeball it. And I've been baking and cooking for so long that I am almost always close to my estimations on what a teaspoon is. And we're just going to let that mix for a little while in our KitchenAid while we go and start doing the dry ingredients. We are going to add the chocolate to this as well. So we'll get to that here in just a minute. Now on this part, what you see me with is 1/4 cup of, no, 1/2 cup of brown sugar. So you just want to drop that right on in there. Alrighty, y'all. I hope you're still with me and following along. Now, with our melted special dark chocolate and butter, you want to pour that around the edges of your eggs and brown sugar that you've beaten. That's so that you don't disturb the air that has been whipped up in there. And it ensures that the dexterity of the batter is staying intact. Like, so just go around the edges with that chocolate and that butter. Once you've got it in there, we're going to take our paddle and put it right back down in there and begin mixing everything up together. To a separate bowl, and you're gonna need y'all, I'm losing my whole train of thought. Your sifter. You're gonna need your sifter, and you want to sift 2 cups of all-purpose flour, which is what I'm doing right now. I love how the sifter makes the flour so fine, and it even makes it feel softer and even maybe even lighter, I think. Okay, you guys, using a tablespoon, you want to get 1 tablespoon of baking cocoa and add to your 2 cups of flour, but you also want to sift it as well. So just tap on it to get the any leftover cocoa in there. The reason you want to sift that cocoa powder is it can sometimes have those little hard little pieces, and the sifter will break those up and make it fine. So now we're going to use my automated salt shaker, and I'm just going to turn that up, and it automatically grinds up the Himalaya salt. I said Mediterranean, didn't I? It's Himalayan salt, pink Himalayan salt I have. And all right, y'all, we are back at our KitchenAid. And we are going to start adding in our dry ingredients a little bit at a time. That way, you don't have to worry about adding too much at once, and then it might splatter everywhere. So gradually increase the speed of your KitchenAid as everything begins to blend. That's my little spaniel Niblet down there. She's curious as to what's going on. And then that's my daughter's dog, Ollie. Sadly, his brother had passed away from a spinal condition, and he was really young. But that dog had a lot of anxiety, a lot of problems. I had some pretty terrible things happen with him. But we are adding the rest of our dry ingredients here as those two little boogers watch me. And they're probably thinking, oh, I'd love to have some. I really want some. But no, no, no. Dogs cannot have chocolate at all. It is very toxic to them. All right, you guys and gals, or shall I just say y'all? We're going to go ahead and spray our baking dish. A 9 by 13 I felt would be too big, so I used this little square one. And forgive me, but I am not a mathematician, and I do not know what size this is. I wish I did, but it works perfectly for these brownies, especially if you want a bigger brownie. It is just the perfect size for these. And I'm just making sure that everything gets spread out evenly so that it'll bake appropriately in the oven. And you are going to bake it at 350 degrees for 35 minutes. Now, you do want to come and check it